Hello, FBC Salinas. This is Pastor John coming to you with another edition of the Midweek Refresher video, where I desire to do two things. Number one, provide you information, and number two, provide you inspiration in the middle of your week. Certainly hope your week is going well, and if not, may this video serve as a source of encouragement as well as a reminder that our good Lord is with us every step of the way. So, hey, some informational things to go over with you. The first is that this upcoming Friday night, yes, October 25th from 5 to 8 p.m., we are having a parents' night out. What do you need to do? Well, first, you need to email Lorraine at fbcsalinas.com to let her know that you plan on dropping off your children for this wonderful event. Number two, what else do you need to do? Well, you need to go out with your spouse and have a great time, knowing that your children are taken care of here, and we look forward to providing that type of a ministry for you, but it's imperative that you reach out to Lorraine and let her know that you will be bringing your children by so we have adequate childcare for them and have the movie night and all that goes with that. So, all right, so that's this upcoming Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. for you parents. And second announcement is that this upcoming Saturday, which is October 26th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., the women's ministry is having Cocoa in the Courtyard. Wonderful time to get together for the women and enjoy fellowshipping with one another, enjoying some snacks and enjoying sitting outside and enjoying God's creation. There's a good chance it'll be a little bit chilly, so therefore bundle up and know this, that it'll be a great time. You'll get warmth from God's love as well as the fellowship that you enjoy with one another. So if you have questions about this, email Tracy at fbcsalinas.com. That would be great. And then the other announcement is that our student ministry journey is going on a serve weekend this weekend to Camp Sugar Pine. If you have questions about this, please email Gabriel at fbcsalinas.com. He can get you the information for that. It's going to be a great time for the students serving and helping that wonderful camp as they have winter camp coming up very soon. So anyway, email Gabriel at fbcsalinas.com if you have questions about your junior high student or high school student joining this particular event. All right, and then the last announcement is this. We've been talking about it a long time. Trunk and Treat is coming up October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. here in the parking lot. It's always a great time. Games for children, ton of candy, and that's where you come in. We need more candy. We need to fill up the barrel, keep filling the barrel up, and we look forward to that. Also, we need help with volunteers. We need cars to decorate, and we also need volunteers to help run these games. It is always a fantastic event for the community, and so please, please, please let us know. Email Lorraine at fbcsalinas.com to let her know how you want to be involved in this, because this is a fantastic way for us to share God's grace with people in our neighborhoods, as well as provide a safe place for children to come and enjoy their, I guess, October 31st festivities. How does that sound? So that's pretty much it for the informational portion of this video. I want to move into the inspirational portion of it, and I want to start with a question. How often do you forget stuff? How often? How often do you find yourself forgetting things that you think, man, I should not have forgotten that. I can't believe I forgot that. I don't know about you, but I forget things that I was positive I could never forget, but yet I forget them. For example, forgot to bring over some stuff to my office today, and so I called my wife and said, hey, could you bring this by? All because I forgot. You know, we do this all the time, don't we? We forget things. We forget what we were going to have, what we had for dinner, at least for me. Forget what I may very well have had for dinner last night. Could forget that I was going to email someone, and then I getting ready to go to bed that night and I realized, oh my goodness, I forgot to reply to that email. or there's a phone call that you missed and you were going to call them back and you forgot to call them back. There are a variety of things that we forget. At least I do. Maybe you're not like me, but I think all of us forget different things. And it's interesting how important it is, though, to remember things, right? Because if we have a propensity to forget, then that means this: we need to work hard on remembering. And in Psalm 103, we read these words, and it's one of my favorite Psalms. And I love the way I love the way David opens this up, because listen to this. He says this is in Psalm 103, starting at verse 2. Bless Yahweh, O my soul, and forget not, notice that line, forget not all his benefits. In essence, remember all his benefits. Who forgives all your iniquity, who heals all your diseases, who redeems your life from the pit, who crowns you with steadfast love and mercy, who satisfies you with good so that your youth is renewed like the eagle. Wow. We have a God that does all these things, and yet we forget, don't we? We forget that he forgives sin. We forget that he reaches into some difficult situations in our life and brings about healing and restoration. We forget about his steadfast love and mercy, because I don't know about you, when we get discouraged and we're wondering, can we keep on going? We need to remember God's mercy and God's love is still there. It's still there. And yet we forget so often. And we forget I don't think we intentionally forget that. I think we allow all these different things in life to take us away from remembering those things. We get distracted. And the psalmist is so good at saying, and it's David, I mean, he's saying this, forget not all his benefits. We need to remember those things, because it gets difficult in life, doesn't it? It gets difficult for us to remember. And if we can't even remember some simple things, how are we going to remember these beautiful, awesome things of the Lord Almighty? Because we forget. We forget. The psalmist goes on, and David goes on and says this. He says, as a father shows compassion to his children, so Yahweh shows compassion to those who fear him. For he knows our frame, and here we go, and he remembers that we are dust. He remembers that we're fragile. He remembers that we have limitations. He remembers that we need help all the time. That's why David writes he has compassion on us, and we need to remember that compassion. And then he says this, as for man, his days are like grass. He flourishes like a flower of the field. For the wind passes over it, and it is gone, and its place knows it no more. Remember that? In essence, we get forgotten. Then look at verse 17. But the steadfast love of Yahweh is from everlasting to everlasting on those who fear him, and his righteousness to children's children. We may very well forget things. We may very well forget all the benefits of the Lord. But let me tell you something. He never forgets us. He remembers us. It's my hope, it's my prayer that in these coming days that we remember the benefits of the Lord, his steadfast love, his forgiveness, his strength, his never-ending love. So perhaps today you needed that reminder. Perhaps this week you need that reminder. And perhaps this year you've needed that reminder that our God has innumerable benefits. And he says, remember me. God bless you. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.